Most of the guys were already on, and so apologies for keeping people waiting. Let's see who is online. Hey, Tilting is on while he's eating. Hope you're having a nice dinner. But Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
How
Year.
has everyone been?
Yeah, same old stuff, different day.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
So far, so good. I mean, I
Anyone do have any go to any parties, New Year parties?
Nah, unfortunately, I didn't. I just stayed home this year.
Too old for that shit.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
my
getting married.
my partner and I, we were hanging out with my mom since this was going to be her first New Year's on her own, and
Right.
we watched the ball drop together. And about 10 minutes after the ball dropped, we dropped.
I don't feel bad. Like I was saying before, telling John, I stayed up till like 11:55. Then I nodded off, only for like my mom to walk in 7 minutes later. Hey, it's after New Year's. Fuck, I missed it.
Yeah, I also missed the ball drop because I ended up working the day of, and I was so tired after I got off work. I passed out and woke up at like 12:07, 12:10 in the morning, and I was like, oh well, shoot. But sure enough, gunfire was already going, so gotta love it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
go ahead.
celebrated a New Year's since '99. I did have big plans for the millennium, but it turned out that I got offered $2,000 cash to work that night.
Damn.
So yeah,
25 years ago, that was a lot better money then.
yeah.
That's a non-zero amount of money now.
And I had
Yeah.
plus working on a public holiday, working
Wait,
after
was that
hours public
for
holiday.
working at that sex dungeon?
Yeah.
No, not well, it's sort of
Oh, it
Telstra,
Oh,
was.
the Australian
Gaiety.
telecom giant, and I'm pretty sure there were people screwing all over the place. But
well,
yeah,
that would be surprising, but
I basically decided to turn um, everyone's access to computers off and just give everyone the script. Sorry, computers down for maintenance, and that way we didn't have to deal with calls from drunk customers. And I turned it back on at 2 o'clock when I was going home. So, so
I
yeah,
think there's like a little background noise from you. Ook. It might be from maybe like the cord kind of scraping your like hitting against your body. Maybe that's what's doing it.
hang on.
I mean, oh, was there something turned on in the background? Because it's gone now.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a fan. I had it too
Oh,
Ah,
I
close
see.
to.
Okay. All right. That explains it.
I had this weird thing this morning. I with the artificial joint in the neck. If I sleep funny, it can cause problems. And yeah, I'm having real bad problems with my balance at the moment, mainly on the left side. Um, yeah, so I'm hoping the drugs will kick in and I'll be able to see and hold things properly without falling over.
oh, damn.
By the way, I haven't been in the comments for a little while. I mean, I took a brief look, but I didn't really go through it. But was there anything from FlowJob about coming on or anything like that?
No, not that I've seen.
I, I
Radio
had,
silence from what I've seen.
yeah, there's a couple of new trolls that appear to have turned up. Um, something preacher and
Oh, hybrid preacher.
yeah,
Isn't
I
that
think
Richard?
he's a yeah. I
I,
think it might be that. Yeah.
yeah. All right, so he's got changed and
Yeah.
some git claiming he's 15 years old.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I feel like with Flowjob, he's just staying very quiet because he knows that John is available. So I think he's purposely, trying not
Well,
to, remind people about, coming on.
well,
How no one is. Yeah,
he still pops up with the same bullshit, copy
yeah,
paste. But other than that, he says nothing else.
yeah. So I mean, I sent you guys his phone number, and so John, I don't know if you actually wanted to like create a burner account and contact him, but I would like, if you do, I would just suggest just texting him rather than actually calling him and having to talk to him for like a whole hour, possibly. But
you'd
it's
have
up
to
to
get a
you.
burner phone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is so stupid for him to actually, like I said before, to post his actual number because it basically doxes you because you could just like
Yeah.
put in the number and you can get his name and address and whatever else that you want to.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
hard.
yeah, I mean, if you wanted to actually pay money, you could like even get his actual, any
More
kind
all
of
the other information, so to speak.
yeah, like if he has a criminal history.
Yeah.
Although in Florida, I think it's easier to look up people's, like let's say prison record or
Yeah.
arrest record, just because of the way their law is set up, and that's why the Florida man comes up, just because those things are easy to or easier to get at than in other states. That's why you get a lot more of these Florida man things. Not necessarily because you know there's people in Florida are particularly uh, creative in their crimes, but
Or more like
it's mostly because
shameless,
it
but
comes up. Yeah. Oh, my mic
Have
is
you,
low.
has
Yeah.
everyone been out buying, stocking up toilet paper?
no.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about.
But remember last week when I said if Trump starts a war, like a real war, will he maybe stay in power longer? And what happened last night?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
yeah.
Well, so that
Excuse me.
is the topic for our discussion today. So it won't
Shh.
be about. It's a cat. It won't be as much about theism and atheism and all that. Oh, that's a cute cat. Oh,
Aww.
he wants
oh, look
attention.
at the kitty.
He's still got blue eyes. Hey,
He's still
bye. Look,
young.
It's actually kind of big, or
he
relatively big.
is.
How old is he anyway?
He's 13 months and he's just pushing the 5 kilo mark.
Yeah, he's a big kitty
It's a
for his
big
age.
boy.
That's why I have big scars.
Hey,
Come on. No,
what's
don't
up, Greg?
eat the.
Hey,
Hang on.
Greg.
Happy New Year, Craig.
Is he eating the printer again? Good old.
He's broken both pieces off the front and the back. They're only hanging by three.
Come here.
Yay for kitty.
Say hello.
It is big.
I'm waiting for the streams.
He's only
No,
3 months.
Off you go. Ow.
Doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Get your bum out.
I don't feel bad. I had one of my cats in my lap before I got on, and it kept on whipping me with its tail. So yeah.
Well, I was gonna say now Oak has to make his profile picture just the cat's tail in front of his face.
But yeah,
That'd be good.
that's what a Langanese,
No, laying.
Lyonese, sorry,
Lanny's, okay.
Lyonese cat looks like.
You
They
can also get links.
keep their the blue eyes all their life, and they're only a newish breed, and they're meant to be long-haired. And two of the cats that came out of the litter, no, three of them, were all short-haired, so they don't want them. So instead of a few $1,000s, we paid about 400 from the local, 450 from the local Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And you can hear in the background he's still. So yeah,
Wee.
that was from just.
Yikes.
But yeah, big cat. Could
By
reach
the way,
some words.
Neo isn't able to join. He's, I think, not quite feeling well, and
Don't get better,
of
Neo.
course, Blarg is still in New Zealand, I
That
guess.
bastard.
He's just chilling without the rest of us.
And
So-
traitor.
well,
So Blarg also has the number, and he was apparently able to get a phone number while he's there. So he was
Yeah.
also thinking about calling Flowjob. I'm not sure he
problem
has. Probably.
Bug has is he might be stuck
Oh, why?
in New Zealand or in Brisbane, the capital city. Basically, the virtually hour and a half drive north of me to the very tip of Australia, out past Mount Isa, which is way, way west, is flooded.
Ooh.
And I mean, really flooded.
Wow.
And there's a cyclone stirring up. So, yeah.
Has Blarg tried praying? Maybe
Well-
that'll stop the.
I mean, yeah. It's one of those
I heard
things
that works well. But Craig Kelly says, here's one for John. What does an erotic writer have in common with Flowjob? They both write things to get a rise out of people. Well, I definitely watch or read erotica for the literature.
It's for the plot.
No, there's a
For
site,
the
what is it
plot.
called? Literotica.
That's a new one.
That's not bad.
That's
I used
pretty
to-
good.
I used to read that while I was doing a commute on the train. Got to do something.
Something to keep you from falling asleep.
Well, some of it was good. Some of it was absolutely fucking horrible. Why'd we get on sex again?
Because of Craig, he's trying to take away John's crown. I wonder if John is like,
Yeah, the pun master.
yeah, he might. Oh, hold on.
Okay, because I've been a bit ignoring local politics.
Sorry, we didn't cut you off.
It can't be the drugs can't be the reason that
For what?
Trump
Oh,
stole the president,
That's-
because cocaine comes from Argentina and Colombia,
It's oil.
and fentanyl comes from Mexico. So,
yeah. I mean, it definitely is because of the oil. Because I mean, he has specifically said that there's a potentially a second strike. Let me see if I can bring this up, and I'll see.
is the Venezuelan oil? You guys can't in the United States can't make petrol or gasoline out of your oil. Is that correct?
No, we can. I mean,
Yeah.
U.S.
We
actually
can.
has quite a bit of oil, and also I think there's a lot of coal as well.
So
And,
fracking, yeah.
yeah.
Australia's oil, it's pretty shit. We can't make our own
Well,
diesel.
I mean, that's why Trump isn't gonna go and kidnap.
Yeah, you guys are safe.
Head, yeah.
Mind you, our the opposition leader in Australia is calling for the removal of all American personnel and 3 of the bases. The biggest
Oh, boy.
satellite spy installation outside of America is at a place near Alice Springs, Pine Gap, I believe. Yeah,
Out
it's
there in the middle of nowhere.
right in the middle, dead centre of Australia,
In the outback.
where no one is going to bomb. But it would be nice to see less less US centric and more Asian centric, because no matter what Australia says, we are part of Asia. Where
By the way, just I mean, I think I mean I'm kind of taking it for granted that everyone knows what happened, but just it looks like Craig may not be up to speed on what happened. So, I mean, it's been kind of ongoing for a while where Trump has been kind of antagonizing Venezuela, you know, pretty much bombing their fishing boats, or, you know, what they claim fishing boats, what the U.S. claims is drug boats that's somehow transporting fentanyl from, despite it not being capable of getting to the U.S. coast. But nevertheless, they bombed it and killed people on it. And then what happened yesterday was they started actually bombing Venezuela. And then what they did was they went and quote unquote extracted Maduro and his wife and put them on a plane. Actually took them to New York City, and they're actually like they've been perp walking him, the DEA, and they've indicted him for I think drug trafficking and also get this, possession of firearms.
You're kidding.
Nope, I'm not
No,
kidding.
nope.
So part
They
of the
pretty much did.
indictment
Wow.
is that he had machine guns. And
yes,
for some reason, the Second Amendment does not cover South American heads of states from maintaining a
an
well-regulated
army.
militia.
Boo.
Yes, I
So,
thought that was so ridiculous. Yes, stating the drug reason we're going in there, and possession of military grade machine guns and
yeah. Well, I mean, he also has like probably like fighter jets and bazookas and stuff. So I don't know why they didn't go after him for that. And also, I'm not sure why the other countries aren't indicting Trump for having nuclear weapons.
Well,
They should just do that.
Just maybe
I
the
don't
rest
think
of the
America's
countries,
signed.
yeah, just maybe the rest of the countries are slightly more rational than ours is right now, which is a
Yep.
sad statement to be sure. Yeah, this is he what he wants is to, first of all, my hypothesis is that this is a deflection from Epstein because he,
Of
no,
course
seriously,
it
yeah,
is. Of course
Yeah.
it is.
well, yes, and again, do I know what's in his mind? No, I don't. Which is why I'm saying hypothesis rather than saying it must be this. However,
Actually, let me just play this because this is him talking about his justification.
this is gonna
Potentially
be
in
good.
league with the cartels operating along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core
You have to
principles
up
of
the
American
volume.
foreign policy,
Yeah, it's a little low.
dating back
You know, I don't know why it doesn't go up.
No matter how
Unless
loud the video is, his statement's going to be pretty low.
Ooh.
wait, let me
You
see.
see,
potentially
you
in
got
league
live
with the
captions.
cartels operating
Oh, hold on, I got it. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries, and not anymore. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines.
Okay, so I guarantee you that Trump doesn't know about or much about what the Monroe Doctrine is, what the history is, and how it is currently being used. But
Hmm.
actually, does it anyone know what the Monroe Doctrine is and what its background is?
From sea to shining sea.
So
I mean that's sort of a gross oversimplification. I don't want to
Yeah.
steal your thunder.
It actually
The idea
was.
that
It actually was about how we do it Latin and South America, if I'm not mistaken. How to keep our hands out of their business, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, originally it was about Europe not doing anything in South
Oh,
America
okay.
because there were a lot of South American countries that were in debt to European countries. So it was a way for the U.S. to say, "Hey, Europe, you can't go and colonize these South American countries using their debt as a way to as a
Okay.
justification." Right. So that's how it started, and then eventually it got to the point where, U.S. essentially was kind of extending a sphere of influence to say that it can go and intervene with South American countries that are, not behaving, but
Uh,
other countries, other European countries, cannot go and interfere with what the U.S. is doing down there.
gotcha.
Unless you're the UK and want an island back.
Well, I don't know. I don't know
Well,
if the Monroe Doctrine would have covered that, but uh, I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to the U.S. saying, "Hey, this is our territory, this is our hemisphere, and no one else should come and interfere in it."
yeah, I mean, what John's hypothesis is very, I think, spot on. But I also think he really wants the whole American continent, north,
Sure.
south,
Well,
the
I
lot.
don't think it's even that as much as like the oil. Here, let me just play the rest of this.
And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal, but we've superseded it by a lot.
So when he says kind of these vague things, it's a big deal. We've superseded it by a lot, by quite a lot. That's another indicator that he has
He has
no
no
idea
idea.
what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
no clue.
Yeah, yeah. And look at Rubio. I mean, he obviously is smart enough to know what this is, know what that means. But look how he's not even like looking. He's just like looking away during this
Yeah.
whole time because he knows the U.S. just stepping into Venezuela and also kidnapping the head of the state there is not the right thing. I mean, it's against international law.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, and it's
so
also an act of war.
yeah,
It
Trump
is.
has committed an act of war. There was debate on whether or not attacking the boats a second time may have constituted an act of war. There was some vagary there, um,
Well,
but
because
this
it
is an
was
act
in
of
the
war.
international waters, right?
Yeah,
Arguably in
that's really kind of what it
international
Yeah.
boils
waters.
down to.
Yeah, that was
Um,
kind of like the kind of like legal loopholeese there. It's like,
yeah,
well, not
So
Actually,
quite.
Machiavelli, can you lower your mic a little bit? I think you're kind of overpowering in your settings.
Oh, my
they,
bad. Hold on.
they also stole one tanker, two tankers,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, but this is
high
we.
sea piracy.
Sorry,
You're right, mate.
we went into another country. We used military force. We extracted their duly elected head of state. That is an act of war. So he had,
I mean, arguably, there may have been election corruption and all that, and maybe he wasn't really duly elected, but it would be like saying that, like Russia could come in and take out Trump because he wasn't, there were some vagaries in the election and how,
yes,
you know, Elon may have stolen it and all, right? So, but that's their internal affair. It
right,
doesn't mean that we can just go in and step in.
correct.
Um, and
We
by the way, like there is a precedent of U.S. going and grabbing a head of the state, and that's Noriega,
sure.
Yeah.
where he actually annulled the election and kind of put himself in power. So
You
it's a
that,
little different.
yeah, that there was some justification. However, you try to hash it, that yeah, we could do that, but that was a whole different story.
Right. Yeah. The difference though is it, and in fact, actually, I would still argue that was still us going
Yep.
into another country
Yep.
and removing the head of state. So even with the Noriega example, which admittedly Noriega was a terrible human being
Yep.
who also committed war crimes and crimes against humanity, but we still went in and extracted him. We did not get approval from the international courts. We did not get approval from anyone. We just did it. And this is another instance where we just did it. And what I find appalling is the very real chance that A, we will end up going to war with Venezuela, and B, there will be zero consequences for Trump once again for a blatantly illegal action.
And not to
Because
mention
his base will support it.
Right, but we see this is where like the international court does come involved as well. So we can have sanctions put against us. Uh, there can be real blowback in the international community because of what Trump did. If the UN, if the international court, if just the international economic forum, if they can actually have the balls to hold him for what he did.
Latest news: they've seized 2 Venezuelan oil tankers and are now pursuing a third one across the Atlantic. That's yeah.
and I also like to look at it like this. Yeah, when it comes to Venezuela, you also got to look at who they're allied with. I mean, you just got to look at the world's political order, because I think Venezuela was close to China and all them, so this could cause some issues later on.
Well, here's the other thing, right? The U.S. does this against small countries that they can push around. I mean, almost every country, U.S. is going to be stronger militarily, but countries like Panama and Venezuela, they're not going to have the military might to really fight against the U.S.
No, no,
He's
no.
not going to go after Putin because of vagaries within Russia's elections, and also considering Russia has some oil resources. But he's not going to go after that. He's not going to go after China for their human rights. Yeah, China for
China.
their for their human rights abuse. He's not going to go after those guys. And for other countries, they have a huge incentive to get nuclear weapons because that's the deterrent that they can have to prevent countries like U.S. from coming in and just dumping all over them.
And by the way, and this is completely true. The Washington Post back in 2000 did a story amongst historians about what the biggest mistakes of the previous millennium were, and the biggest cock up of the last millennium was invade Russia. That's another reason why most countries, even strong ones like the United States, will not do a military action against against Putin and against Moscow.
One thing I will note is he has completely the Philippines and Indonesia, everything that's going on over there, he's shut up about. I mean, the Indonesia and the Philippines both have ISIS training camps in them,
Oh yeah.
and that's where the Bondi Beach shooters went for a month. So he doesn't care about Asia as such, just China. And
Craig, I don't think it's that U.S. has become a bully to some extent. It absolutely is being a bully in the international sphere. Just the way it throws around tariffs, even. It's just trying to bully other countries instead of trying to negotiate with them.
hang on, didn't the Venezuelan opposition leader get the Peace Prize? And
Yep,
Yeah.
the
something about
opposition leader.
she awarded or dedicated it to Trump,
Yep.
Yep.
but
And
Trump's
by
got
the
no
way,
in power.
after Maduro got taken, it's not like she got put in
No.
as the head. It's the vice president of Venezuela,
So it
and
really doesn't matter how many times you lick his shoes, he's still going to kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess from her point of view, it might be a good thing, and I think, frankly, there might be a lot of Venezuelans, and I think there are who are okay, or who not necessarily okay, but they're probably happy that Maduro is gone,
Yeah,
because I
they
doubt Maduro was like a really good guy.
I've been watching the protests, and it's sort of like, yay, the president's gone.
Yeah,
Ooh, um, are we going to be owned by America now? What's going on? And
Right.
they can't really
yeah.
voice their opinion because they don't know. He only took the president and the wife. The other members of the corrupt government are still in there
Yeah.
and still have control. So people are very reserved in their in what they're saying.
By a real lot.
Let me just play the rest of this because I think it just is kind of funny how dumb he is.
They now call it the Donroe document. I don't know. It's
Okay, we miss it
a big deal, but we've superseded it by a lot,
by a lot.
by a real lot. They now call it the Donroe document. I don't know.
So I guarantee you that there are no actual, international, politics or international relations scholars who's calling anything Don Roe document. Don Roe document might be like a euphemism for the Epstein documents, but
Hey.
it is not. It is not anything to do with the Monroe document. But he just like makes it up. Oh, and watch Rubio's face when he says this.
By a real lot. They now call it the Donroe document. I don't know. It's
That's like Rubio going, wait, did I just hear that? Did I just hear him making up this thing called Donroe document?
What
But
the?
he's like controlling
This is
himself.
my boss.
I'm part of
But
this.
yeah, but this whole time, the way I mean, it's just the way he's just like not looking. It's just, I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, I think someone might want to look at his blinks and see if he's like blinking out SOS in Morse code.
Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore.
He thinks that there are people, just because he forgot about the Monroe Doctrine, he thinks that everyone else has forgotten about it. So he says, we've forgotten about it, but they're not going to forget about it anymore. It's like the whole war on Christmas, thinking that no one says Merry Christmas anymore until he got there. So he's thinking, no one knew about it. Everyone forgot about the Monroe Doctrine until I brought it up. I mean, it's just, he's such a
No,
clown.
he's a raging egomaniac.
Yeah.
That's obvious. He has to put his name on everything.
Yep.
That's why when he was a businessman, it was Trump Steaks and Trump Water and Trump University.
I mean, but to be fair, that was his asset. That was licensing
Sure.
his name. It was his asset, and that's how he made his money, not by actually building anything, but just like licensing his name out.
But I mean, I go back to the old point of Trump claiming to be a great businessman. How do you go bankrupt? Not
Yeah.
once, but twice with casinos. Who did? Oh,
Yeah.
they don't do.
He went broke in Atlantic City.
That weren't being like
Yeah.
completely wax.
It's
And he didn't pay his employees.
it's insanity.
Actually say, but failed.
It's just
I mean, it's complete mismanagement. I mean, he basically had money printing machine, and he went bankrupt. And I would guess that him, going bankrupt is just it's just kind of a little business tactic, to extract more value just by he just like removing a bunch of debt. So he
Yeah.
incurred all that, and by declaring bankruptcy, he's able to get out of it. So I mean, arguably, it was potentially I don't know, sly business move, but obviously people who were affected by that, where they were owed money and could no longer collect, not such a good deal for them. And also, if he had just done it the right way, and if he was able to manage it, he would have probably made way more money.
I mean, that's who runs Virgin.
Oh,
Oh,
Branson.
Branson, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he basically made all his money. Um, he wouldn't pay contractors. They'd have to take him to court to get him to pay them, so he could spin it out for another 10 years before actually has to pay that bill. So,
Ben doesn't pay until the bailiffs come in.
yeah, he won't pay until the bailiffs are on his front door.
But he does pay the naked women
Eventually.
who windsurf with him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have
And
to.
Pay for
Well,
the Dolphins.
that's not as expensive, but still.
But I mean, I don't know. I really was joking last week. Is he going to start a real war? And fuck me. Yeah.
Well, here's the argument that I'm hearing on Twitter from the MAGA is that, well, we were able to win within an hour, so it's not real. It's not a real war. So apparently, it's very old-fashioned to say that if you start bombing another country and kidnap their leader, that it's no longer, it's not a war. That, I guess that's just me being old-fashioned.
And it
So
just has
Aaron
to be.
says, trampling diamonds to dust and using Benjamins for TP to pick corroded pennies from his jacksies.
I mean, how much oil
Oh,
does
okay, sorry.
Venezuela have?
Here's the first part. He should have been barred from owning a business or having any position of power in federally trampling diamonds. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something missing there.
Venezuela has the highest oil reserves on the planet,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yep.
Ah, right.
That's pretty much print their own cash type of deal with the amount of oil they got.
So
Yeah,
what
I
Trump
think
has
this is
said
all
was
over
that
Guyana.
Venezuela stole land and money from the U.S. And by that, what he means is that they not privatized, they converted
Nationalized.
national.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the word. Thank you. They nationalized the oil production in Venezuela. And what that means was like that previously there were U.S. companies that were there that was like managing some of the oil rigs and all that. And what happened was that when I'm not sure if this was directly Maduro, but
It was
when it was
Chavez.
nationalized, okay, Chavez, yeah, when it was nationalized, it was quote unquote, they no longer could manage it. But what happened was that the U.S. companies actually went and sued the Venezuelan government, and they actually won. So they got compensated for that process when it got nationalized. So it's not Venezuela stealing anything from the U.S. And also that's part of the business, of doing the price of doing business in those regions where those kind of like utilities or whatever companies could go become nationalized and they lose access to it.
Yeah.
It happens. It's part of the business.
Yeah, once you become nationalized, you're no longer a private entity, so you're public. So therefore, to the country that it's in, therefore all contracts are null and void, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's bad if you put in a lot of money and invested, equipment and people and all that and infrastructure, and all of a sudden it's taken away from you. But that's where they were able to sue and they were able to get compensation to an extent. It's not that much worse than Trump all of a sudden declaring bankruptcy and saying that he's not going to pay you anything.
Yeah.
I mean, for the bottom line, I'd if you got holidays owed, I'd say take them and jump within this. I can't see it being. There's going to be more hostilities before the end of the year, and not just Venezuela. Um, but, the other little South American dictators are all going to join together, or Russia or China's going to come in and offer someone aid, or military consultancy, as they now call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
Yeah, this is
guys,
going to be rather interesting because of Russia being with BRICS.
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I
No,
hadn't thought,
Venezuela is part of BRICS, right?
No, they're technically not, but they are aligned with some of the countries that are,
yeah,
Yeah, they're aligned with Russia.
and
I
China
I
as
think.
well.
I haven't seen anything from the UN as yet on the feeds. So unless has anyone seen anything?
I
Haven't.
haven't seen anything, but I gotta imagine they've made or they will be making some statement
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
announcing
this
it.
is not just going to be um, a simple little slap on the wrist. They're going to be pretty strong with their statement about this.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, every country should be concerned that U.S. can just go and, take over. You know,
Uh, things are going to get very interesting in the next few months. People, get ready.
hey, we have Serge on. Can you hear us?
His mic's muted right now.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Let. Oops. What is it? Let me share one more thing here. So part of the Venezuela thing is that they actually. Oh, let me see if I can download this. They also gave, I think, temporary protection status to some Venezuelans. And oh no, that's not it. Where did that go? Oh, I don't have this video.
Oh boy.
Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get this video downloaded and I'll share it. Let's see. Yep, I have to.
So what's it about again?
Okay, it's this woman who has a. I'm not sure if she's married to them, but who has a partner
Try to help
who's
her get
Venezuelan.
the help she's looking for. Let's see what Faith Ann needs help with.
Okay, I don't know who this message needs to reach. First of all, I'm gonna ask for
Actually, so apparently she tagged Trump and Trump Jr.
prayers on the situation. And second of all, I'm gonna ask that if anybody knows any resources or anything, this is a desperate matter. And I don't want to come on here, but I've made every phone call. I've been praying. I don't know what to do. My daughter's father has been in America for almost 10 years. He has done everything the right way, trying to come here from Venezuela with his mom. He graduated high school here, he goes to college, he's always worked, he pays taxes, he's never committed a crime. And yet, they are being denied citizenship here in America, and they are at risk of being deported.
Yeah, so her partner, like I said, is from Venezuela, And there was a time when previously Venezuelans, because of how horrible and dangerous things are in Venezuela, where the U.S. gave them protected status, so they could come here and they had legal status to be here. Trump revoked that protected status, and so that's where she's in this quandary.
My daughter is 3 years old, and I don't think anybody is understanding how dangerous it is in Venezuela right now. He was held at gunpoint and, as a child.
Now, Faith, you say you didn't know who to ask for assistance, right? But you tagged Donald Trump Jr. and Fox News, Fox 13 News, Fox National News. Yeah, you tagged Fox. So I don't know. I don't know if you're really looking for help or not, because that's who you tagged. And also, I noticed this you right that reposted this video about saved by a felon and a hillbilly. A video that starts off with "They could never make me like you, Harris."
Okay, I'll just kind of jump to the punchline. She's basically MAGA. She voted for Trump.
Uh,
She voted for this.
Odie.
But because it affects her, it's a problem. When other people are getting deported, getting sent to, whatever that prison is, despite having legal status and being labeled MS-13 and all that, she was fine with that, right? Because she voted for that. But as soon as it affects her, she is online crying to Trump and Trump Jr. and Fox and everyone because he did everything right.
Yeah.
He was legal. Unlike all the other people who did everything right and then got their legal status taken away. So just a warning, if you vote for the face-eating leopard party, they might eat your face.
You might eat your face.
They might eat your face.
But my nose, it hurts now.
where's my lips?
My eyes.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, look, in all compassion towards the woman, and I understand. Look, you voted for this, and now it finally came back to
I have
now you're
COVID.
feeling what the rest of the country is feeling, and
Yep.
I think while certainly an amount of you brought this on yourself is warranted,
Yeah.
also showing compassion and saying this is what we were talking about all along. Just maybe this woman is having a teachable moment. Maybe. Some MAGA are starting to realize that the rich billionaire who surrounds himself with rich billionaires is a little disconnected from the middle class and might just have been friends with Epstein, even though he totally wasn't in the files. He totally isn't in the files. Yeah, he's in the files. This woman and MAGA are some of them are starting to slowly learn. They're starting to realize that they've been conned by the con man.
Yeah. But I'll bet you, and I may be wrong, I'll bet you that if things work out for her and her husband somehow gets some exception, she will still vote for, all the anti-immigration stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope she's not that dumb.
We'll see.
I know. That's asking a lot. I agree.
I mean, it just blows my mind, how blind people are.
Well, you give them a reason to hate. You give them a reason to blame. When you're able to take the internal negativity and not only externalize it, but give it a place to focus.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful mind bending thing to have happen.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me of that one, the business owners that voted for Trump, but then turned around and were surprised when he put the tariffs in place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like the farmers in Iowa
Yep.
who
They
are
suck.
surprised that Trump is bailing out other country, and despite it ruining their business with all the tariffs.
This guy, he's not. Trump is not a deep thinker,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
just reactionary. He's just following whatever is going to make him the buck.
yeah. He's a con man. He is and not only that, he's a short con man, which means he's not even trying to figure out how to do things that have a long term con, which would at least make him more money. He only thinks one or two moves ahead. This
Yeah,
guy does not play seventh dimensional chess. He barely plays one dimensional checkers.
Damn.
yeah. So
Yeah, but the NIMBY people are starting to feel it, so it's a problem now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
So at
That
this point, I think that I hope this comes up. It doesn't really come up very well. This is kind of interesting. I wonder why. Um, I was just gonna. Why does it do this? This is weird. Huh. Maybe I have to. It's much better if I do it by sharing the screen. Uh, so I was making some memes. Oh, it doesn't even come up now.
Excuse me.
No, this doesn't. What is going on?
I think we got the gist of it there. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I've only just come back because these.
Yes.
Yeah, what
It
could
is.
possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go right?
Send me that.
Have we not learned anything from Iraq?
Or Afghanistan.
Yes. So now, yeah. So now we can say we found the weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cocaine. Go ahead.
He
And you know
does
what's
not.
funny? And you know what's funny? Go ahead, go ahead. You know what's funny? Noriega actually was reelected president back in what, decade or two ago?
Oh, Tilting's saying that YouTube isn't seeing anything or hearing anything, QC.
Yeah. Sorry, my fault. I didn't realize I had knocked myself out. Oh, darn it! I
Come
don't
on,
know when I
man.
lost it. Oh, I had one job.
You
You
had
have one
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 job.
job,
One
job.
just
job.
the one.
One job.
Okay. All right. That's too bad. But anyway, you guys got it. So
Yeah.
that's all that matters. I don't care that Tilting didn't hear it.
Oh, come on, that was cold.
I'm just kidding, Tilting. All right. Yeah, but what I was saying is that they didn't go after Maduro for fentanyl. They indicted him for cocaine because they want to protect the United States, the U.S. people from cocaine. Uh, I think the only person who might be crying about Maduro getting captured and possibly interrupting the cocaine supply is probably Donald Jr. How is he going to get his next hit if he's not going to,
That's true. I
you know,
mean,
get that Venezuelan cocaine? Uh, but what I was saying was that Trump isn't trying to protect the U.S. and the U.S. citizens from cocaine because he he pardoned the ex president of Honduras, even though that guy got convicted for trafficking, I think like 400 tons of cocaine. So so this isn't anything to do with protecting the U.S. from drugs, and it obviously doesn't have anything to do with fentanyl, because fentanyl isn't coming from Venezuela. It's coming from Mexico, and and the U.S. I hope isn't going to go and bomb Mexico and kidnap the current head of Mexico, and also. Uh, China is the primary source of the chemical precursors that Mexico uses to generate fentanyl. Well, previously, they were actually directly manufacturing fentanyl, but they cracked down on it. But it is still definitely part of the whole fentanyl, processing.
Yeah, they just
And
supplied the raw resources for it. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. And I guarantee that Trump isn't going to go and bomb China and kidnap Xi Jinping.
Oh hell no.
No, no, that would be an international incident or likes that
That
he could never deal with.
yep.
That's why he's only going after small
Yeah,
countries close.
yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee every nation south of the U.S. is just holding on to their butts.
Yeah.
But think about Cuba. I mean, Trump can just use this and also he has a lot of push from his Cuban voters to go and do something about Cuba, right? And just
Yeah.
take them out.
Given after Castro died, Cuba's not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah.
no, yeah, they don't have the cult of personality that that Raul Castro had, let alone Fidel.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that Trump is trying to figure out how to win a third term. He's trying to
I
distract.
no, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because I'm not sure if even Trump believes that he will make it that far. I mean, he's just falling apart.
I agree that he's falling apart. I agree that there is a bit of trying to play both ends here. In other words, he wants to live forever, but he also knows that there's only so much that he can get away with. So he's trying to do as much as he can with the time that he has.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too. He's in a state
Legacy.
where last term, screw it, we ball. I'm going to do whatever I want because
Right.
hey, I'm the Don. That's what I do.
I've already been in peace twice. They haven't got me yet. Mhm.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's all about his legacy now. And I mean, my concern is all the because he all the people that enable him in the US. It'd be like anointing a new royalty with oil in a church or something. Swearing in of a new king. Because
Well,
yeah, I don't know what you guys are going to do for the next what? How long you got? Another 2 years?
3
Three?
years.
3 years.
I told you that MAGA is a cult, pure and simple. It
Yeah.
follows every bit of the cult structure. It follows every bit of the bite model. And Trump has been the cult leader since he came down the escalator, and that's a lot of power to corrupt his mind over the last 10 years. So he has, if he ever thought clearly, if he ever thought rationally, he certainly isn't doing it now. I don't think he can. I think he's so used to there being no consequences for his actions. I think he I think he does want to have a legacy, but I think he's also convinced that he's going to live forever.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is Flojo
No, he's
wanting?
not.
I
It's
was
just
going
that
to say, if
that's
he
when he
does,
shows
I'll have
up.
to take off my pants.
Let's have this a pants on.
Keep it at least somewhat family
Well,
friendly.
if he does come on, I promise I will put on my pants.
Yeah, and I'll take mine off.
Yeah,
As
that's
long as
the
you wear
symmetry.
at least some underwear underneath.
Yeah, and by the
Oh
way,
yeah. Hey,
even
Wanda.
if you have an iPhone, you can come in the comments and say, "Hey, I'm here." It's actually not that hard.
No, it's not. It was an excuse. It was always an
Yeah,
excuse.
you don't need someone to call you and talk to you for an hour and explain to you how you get on a live chat in the exact way that you did 20
The
months
last
ago.
time that you were on the live chat.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the fact that he says we're the faceless keyboard warriors. Say it to my face. The first
Yeah.
words that I said to him when he came on the show a few months ago was, "You're all wanker," and I had my, I had no live, not my avatar going. He's just a coward.
Yeah, the only thing is I come Monday, so I think, John, your like offer extended onto Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So come Monday, he's going to start posting about how for months he was in the comments willing to come on and debate us, but because no one called him, everyone are cowards. I can see that happening.
Yeah. No, he's.
Can you block your number from being sent in America? Like
Yeah, you've got to put it out there.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
you
like,
can. You
like
can
if
do
you
like
got,
what is it, star 6 7 or something?
I never heard of that one.
yeah, there's a code usually you can like hash 7072 or whatever.
Yeah, I think in the
And
U.S. is star 6 7.
yeah, so, but again, who wants to talk to the wanker one on one?
Well, that's the thing. Like no one needs to talk to him, in order for him to come on. And his only excuse was that there wasn't a link somehow in the show notes or in the live channel. So that means that we didn't want him on, and
Yet
and it's just
somehow,
that dishonesty.
yeah,
Yeah.
somehow people are still able to figure out how to get on.
Yeah.
Somehow.
His ego would be destroyed if he ever comes on here. And I think that's what happened. His ego got destroyed because he wasn't able to convince anyone or give any actual argument for his God existing. So he doesn't want to come back on and try again. And by the way, if he came back on, he would just give the same stupid arguments over and over.
Yeah. I've
Everything that he posts, he's just
I
going
will
to
go
repeat it.
one. Yeah, I will go one further. It's not just that he wasn't allowed to uh, use the same tired old arguments. I genuinely think that he's used to just bullying people that no one has ever actually stood up to him,
Yeah.
and so it rattled him. It rattled him so badly to know that he is not the big bad burly boy that he thinks that he is. So it is an act of cowardice. It is also an act of submission. He knows that he can't stand up to any one of us in this comment section.
Yeah, he tapped out all right.
Yep.
Submission. So he's a Muslim now?
Well, if he ever came on the show, we'd be able to ask him. But since he's too scared, he never will.
I don't.
He repeated that argument that because I said abiogenesis doesn't matter or evolution doesn't care what the cause of abiogenesis was, that I said that it could be even God if he wants it to be, and he could not understand what whether means when I said whether or not. It means that it doesn't matter. It doesn't give any uh, truth claims about whether abiogenesis happened in a naturalistic way or via a god, and that doesn't mean that it's me saying, "Hey, God could exist," because God doesn't exist. FYI, for anyone listening.
Right.
There's also the theories or hypotheses being kicked around by several major teams of um, abiogenesis happened not just once, several times or dozens of times around the planet. Um,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it could be happening now, the same processes, and maybe not exactly the same, just because the physical conditions are different. But even if something happened where some biomolecules were getting created from, abiotic precursors, we wouldn't ever be able to tell because we have so much biotic material out there that it would just get eaten up by living things. But what we do know is that we absolutely know that there was no life on Earth at some point in the past, and now we do. That is abiogenesis, and the science of abiogenesis basically is a model that tries to explain how that happened. And so you might say, kind of like with evolution, you might say that you don't believe in the scientific model. You might not believe the current explanation, which is based on our understanding of the physical world. You may say that that's not the case, but you have to accept that it happened, just like you have to accept the fact of evolution. It happened, and just like you have to accept that there is a remnant of what we think is the Big Bang. We see it. We literally see it. So if you don't believe that, if you don't believe the scientific model, that's fine, and you can say that you don't believe it, but it's just you just kind of saying I don't believe it because you can't provide any scientific explanation for an alternative model. So it's just you kind of saying no. That's literally all you have.
Definition of being irrational.
Yep.
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah. What's it, Aaron? I don't think I wouldn't be worried about the nuclear football. Um, I think the military have kept that away. They probably changed the codes since Trump got back in office. Um, he has made no friends at all with the military.
I think
And
there's enough safeguards
yeah,
that one person can't just
grab it.
launch a nuclear war. Have you guys ever seen, was it The Dead Zone? The
Yes.
one with
Yeah,
Christopher Walken? Yeah. I mean, I always think about that, where the Christopher Walken character is able to foresee a potential future, and they see that this ultra conservative politician will become a president, and he's going to launch a nuclear war, and he does everything to try to stop it. But yeah, I think right now it would almost be impossible for a crazed president to launch a nuclear weapon.
Let's
um,
hope you're right.
but I, I believe so because basically every spokesman of the military has that they distance themselves. They are trying to stay away,
They're trying to keep the nuclear football.
and it's bad enough he's got the big beautiful bombs and everything, and that shit is devastating enough. But you don't want to irradiate an oil field. So he's not going to nuke Venezuela.
No,
Um,
strategically, it doesn't help him at all.
yeah, I mean, having worked, I did my whole apprenticeship in a uranium mine. That was at the time the richest. It came out virtually like yellow cake.
Was that pure? Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, like the little mill we ran it through was a big cylinder with iron balls inside, and it was 2.5 meters diameter and 9 meters long, and it was so proper. Yeah, purest cake, yellow cake coming out of the ground, and yeah, you don't want to go back. Yeah, you can't irradiate. Um, the mining company followed all the rules, put in place all the returning to nature and all that, and to the best of scientific knowledge at the time. And now it's, oh, fuck. It's still going to cause trouble for us, so all right. And dropping a bomb is the same. You're not going to irradiate your oil because I don't know how you get radiation out of oil.
And once it's there, it's not coming out.
Yeah, you know, it's, and occasionally I'd have to get dressed up in the full moon suit with the breather on the back and everything. And I don't see the nuclear thing as being an option.
Well,
But
I mean, just from a politics point of view, I think it would pretty much destroy him if he
yeah,
launched a nuclear weapon somehow.
Even just a smaller tactical nuke, it's still
Yeah,
not going to help him at all.
yeah. I mean, because like other countries, I hope, would just be up in arms in ways that is not the same with Venezuela. I think it is a literal red line that
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the national
Not to mention you
international
destroy all the
community.
resources there too.
Yeah.
yeah. What was the thing? Other thing ah, you know how Australia has stopped social media for under 16s?
Yeah.
That became law New Year, I think. France has announced that they are going to do the same. The contents and streaming and all that, they're going to put a stop. Anyone under 16 can't become a content creator.
So, what are they doing in regard to validating your age in Australia?
Sorry, missed that one, mate.
Oh, are they? What are they doing to validate your age?
I really don't know.
Other,
I think the parents have to validate you to go onto some sites, and other sites you just, I don't know how they're going to implement, but they say they have. It's due to cyberbullying and the rise of just people being dickheads for content. Like there was a French guy who ended up in jail by fake injecting people. He'd run up to them with a needle, and it was a trick needle, but they would actually think they'd been injected with something. And he did that at a concert, and all the troubles of the guy in the African American content. He got put in jail in South Korea.
Oh, I know about that one.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. Too many. The content creator who got shot, the hassling some guy. That's their reason behind it. How they're going to implement it, I don't know, but it has. Anyone who thinks that the communication system, the governments can't control it, they can quite severely, and it doesn't take much. But
Yeah, I mean, they would essentially have
Right.
to give away, provide a way for people who are of age to, let's say, become a content creator. So that means like if you create an account, you'll have to have some kind of age verification,
yeah,
and so it it removes a way for you to be anonymous online, or reduce it to an extent.
that is also one of the points that hide behind in the camera. No one can see your face or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Now the danger is that, let's say that it somehow someone gets access to that database, or that database gets leaked. Now all of a sudden, you're doxing millions of people.
yeah, it's as Craig said, verification, driver's license, credit cards, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how France puts it in, and how many countries, because pardon me, the it has got a bit ridiculous on the people making content out of anything, tripping old people, um, and cyberbullying. I can't remember the exact stats, but it's risen like 9-10% suicides from cyberbullying. So they're trying to do that. Interesting social experiment, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens if something like that were to be put in the U.S.
Yeah. I don't think if once France has it going for a year or two, maybe the EU will start to implement it if it
It
has a beneficial effect.
Yeah.
Um,
It's got to work out first.
yeah, and I mean, it's easy for Australia to put a kibosh and a stranglehold on communications, um, because there's basically only the infrastructure was put in by one company, and part of the doing that was giving the government control to actually turn the whole system on and off,
Oh
or do
wow.
whatever they want, which
Yeah, and yeah,
they
but
have
it's another thing where these services and platforms have to accommodate that. They have to put in a check to say that if you are connecting in from Australia, for example, they're going to have a different type of validation that you have to go through in order
yeah,
for you to be able to use the services. And so that means you have to have cooperation from a lot of these service providers. And not
and
everyone's going to want to do that. And the potential risk is that now you have services that are not available in Australia or France or whatever, because some company didn't want to have to deal with it.
yeah, we like in Australia, and a lot of content on just Netflix is not available to
Yeah,
Australians, even
yeah,
if you use a VIP, a VIN
VPN.
service or anything, you
VPN.
just
VPN.
can't get it. It's just one of those, unless you buy illegal equipment, and that's what a lot of the teenagers were doing. They were actually getting almost government, or government tech to spam, make content, dangerous content, bully people. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a very interesting social experiment because now there's two countries, us and France, who are going to do it. Um, France also with the growth of the militant Islamic coming in, and
Um, by the way, does the EU have something like for like porn where they have an age check in order for you to, watch porn, or am I wrong?
uh,
Well,
I, I
the
can't
Pornhub
remember.
site has a button that you can push that says, "Yes, I'm over 18." No,
That's
I'm not.
true.
That
That's true.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
so I've
varies by
been
state.
told. I don't know that
I
personally, but I've been told that's true.
It varies
I,
by state. Some
yeah. I mean,
states have, like in Ohio, Texas, and I think there's a few other ones where they actually require full blown verification, whether it's a photo or an ID of some sort. Although, if you
I
use
see.
a VPN, you can just get around all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I use a VPN for some things if I don't want to,
so
have people
so
track me.
basically, it's people who are not tech savvy like Flowjob
Mhm.
who can't watch porn
But
in some of those states.
well,
yeah.
Yep.
I
what
mean,
they do
I
there
have a,
is so they block iPhones. If you have an iPhone, you
That's right.
yeah.
If you have an iPhone, you can.
You can only use Android.
but
Oh my
there really is a lot going on. Yeah, I mean, for example, the fallout from Bondi Beach shooting has been quite dramatic. Um, the federal government want to put in all these laws and they want the states to follow it. And the states are basically saying, fuck you, we're not going to implement anything new until we know what went wrong, until we have a royal commission into how this happened. Because the Australian Secret Service fucked up royally. So there's no point. Gun control worked. It's just took them 7 years. No, I think it was 10 years to get enough legal guns and to get enough ammunition. So yeah, there's also been a lot of since Bondi, a lot of machete attacks, a lot of knife attacks. Um,
Oh, really? That
on,
because it hasn't been that long.
yeah, 2 weeks, I think, over 40, or maybe even 17 days or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, I think that means that you have to throw away all your gun control laws because it's obviously not stopping all
yeah,
murders.
I mean,
and
That's the only logical response.
the I put it on my. There's a playlist. Uh, I have firearms, Australian firearms rules, and the the sports, the gun clubs, not the hunters, the gun clubs are basically being completely. They're with okay. The system broke. Let's find out how it broke, and can we have consultation with you, please? Because saying belt-fed shotguns were available to the public, it is. They don't. No. I mean, I there might be a belt-fed shotgun machine gun, but I haven't heard of one. You certainly know you can't even wear a bulletproof vest in Australia if you're a civilian. So, yeah, they're just all. They want to find out why the system that worked so well for 30 years broke down. And all fingers are being pointed at the ASIO, Australian Intelligence Service. So, Yeah. And because of the Bondi shooting, it's kicked it off in other countries. You'll notice that there's, if you go through the EU and UK, Craig might knows whether it's gone up to Scotland or not. Fundamentalist violence and retaliation back and forth. So we got that. I think the best thing you could say about Trump invading Venezuela is thank heck it wasn't a Muslim country. That was me done.
Yeah, I feel like if anything with Islam was part of the mix, it would just go crazy.
Yeah, gloves are off then.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just exacerbate the problem further. Yeah.
It's going to be a fun year. But, yeah.
Man, the kickoff for 2026 has been wild.
Fireworks have been firing off everywhere.
Oh,
It is.
Fireworks, unless you have a license in Australia, is completely banned and legal because of the fire hazard. We've got virtually all of Queensland flooded, and then you go west down the coast in a bit in New South Wales and Victoria, bushfires are going. So the last thing you want is fireworks going off. So that's why most of our displays are on bridges or on the water, which, yeah.
So there were probably a lot more of those drone-based displays for 2026, I presume.
What? Did people see the drone footage of the Bondi Beach?
No.
Yeah, there were actually drones flying at the time of the shooting. And
Wow.
9 minutes, 57 seconds it lasted in total. But yeah, that's kicked off. Israel, of course, is running with has politicized it. America has politicized it. Australia's trying to say to people, fuck off, stay out of our business. We don't need your help. But yeah, the rest of the world has politicized the shooting, and all I can say is I'm glad I don't live near any major military or strategic sites. If I lived in Townsville, which has the largest army base in Australia, second largest Air Force base, I'd be backing up and moving, which is a shame.
All right, I'm going to show one more kind of a fun video this time, okay?
Oh, sweet.
Hi, I'm Tom Michaels, and I want to invite you to my new laundromat, White's Only Laundry. We specialize in only washing your white laundry, so your linens, socks, and undershirts will look fresher than ever. By focusing just on white laundry, our prices are 25% lower than the other guys. Plus, get an extra 10% discount by singing our slogan at the register. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Was that a real thing?
No,
it's not.
it's a
Okay.
skit. Also,
Okay.
I've seen that before.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Okay.
Here's more.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Tom again from the laundromat that's been in the news, and I really want to apologize. I definitely should have realized that the name White's Only Laundry sounds racist, is racist, and that was not my intention at all. But we've changed the name and fixed the problem. Whites Only Laundry is now No Coloreds Laundry.
Oh,
It still gets across that
no.
we can't wash colored clothes without any of the racial connotations of whites only. Plus, to make up for our terrible mistake, come on in before Friday and you'll get yourself a free t-shirt. Just don't wash it here because it has all these colors on it.
There's more.
There is.
Yes, there's more.
There's more.
Hi, it's Tom again. I'm so
Tom.
sorry. I feel terrible. Obviously, changing the name only made things worse, and neither one of those are appropriate names for a laundromat or any business or anything. But I'm gonna make things right. First, for the African American community, I've installed a special side entrance so that you'll know you're definitely welcome in my laundromat. Also, I've set aside separate but equally powerful washing machines exclusively for your use in the back of the laundromat. Although they still only wash white clothes. And this time, to ensure I don't upset or disrespect anyone, I'm naming it after myself. And since my sister just had a baby, everybody come on down to Uncle Tom's Laundromat. Remember, whites only, no colored, and black center through a special side entrance.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, when I saw that, I immediately put it in my playlist of memes. And being African American only made it funnier.
Mike,
Yeah,
I don't know what to
pretty
say,
good.
I
man.
needed that. And since my sister just had a baby. Oh,
I mean, you didn't know exactly where it was gonna go, right?
That was
so good.
that should have been obvious right when he said my sister. I
Oh,
should
God.
have clicked, but no, it didn't.
That's hysterical.
Oh,
I don't
That's
think
the best laugh I've had all day.
yeah,
I don't think there's been any comedy skits done of the Bondi shooting yet, but it'll be interesting to see when that happens. Because
I guess they could have fun with that guy, the guy that stopped it. So
yeah,
I can sort of imagine sort of some funny
I
skits
mean,
where
that's something Australia does. It takes nothing is sacred.
Yeah,
we
you
can
guys
take-
always take the piss.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear a couple of comedian or the Aussie guy reviews that channel. He had something about, come on, Dad, let's do a bonding session. Let's do a suicide bonding pact, murder to help strengthen the help the family get on together.
yeah, I
you
feel
know.
like there could be kind of like a Key and Peele type of thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
potential is there just for complete fun. But I will say, the detective who ended up shooting both the father and the son did so with a 9mm from 40 meters away.
That's a nice shot.
yeah,
That is a very, very impressive shot.
it is.
Yeah.
Only because he was a member of the Pistol Shooters Association.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, so it's sort of guns help. So yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, I think the furthest I got with a handgun was 30 meters. So that was really good.
I mean,
And that was
like-
one of those things where it was a one-off occurrence.
yeah, I used to carry a 357 Magnum on
the
the
classic.
side when I went bow hunting, and I trained for within 10 meters because if the pig gets any closer, I'm going up a tree.
Yeah.
And it did happen quite often. But yeah, I could get it dinner size plate 10 meters away. Anything beyond that was a 50-50. But the 9 mil to go 40, that's impressive.
I mean, I remember about 7 years ago. This was right before my dad passed away. Me and him were trying to get our concealed carry permits. He wanted me to get one with him. Um, I took that handgun that we have here, and this was the first time I ever shot it. And I never had training on it. I had the I since I'm not I used to use imperial here. I'm not quite familiar with the metric, even though I know how it's used.
Yeah,
So I can't give
I
you
can,
exact. I'm going to say at least 20, 30 meters. The instructor
a
said I was
meter is basically a yard.
yeah, so about
Yeah.
two and a half, 3 feet. So yeah, so about 10 meters. I was lethal
Yeah.
with a gun that's very inaccurate.
And
Oh,
no,
for
being
context for you, Craig, you'll put a quarter size hole in anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I'd say it's about middling powerful, Craig. It's
Hey, hey, hold on one second.
it's up there. Um, and no, it's not boring getting treed by a wild boar. The first time it happened, I put 3 shafts into the bastard, and I only nicked the lung once. By the time it had turned and charged, I couldn't get up another arrow into it, and I forgot I had the Magnum on my hip. I'd unclipped the flap because Australia going through jungle and shit, you don't want your gun mud and whatever. So I'd unclipped the holster's flap, completely forgot about it as this pig just started to, no, fuck it, ran up a little sapling and the fucking handgun fell out.
Oh,
Oh
And
no.
I'm on this little gum tree sapling that's going like that.
yeah. I was like a
And,
comedy skit.
of course, the guys came and heard the commotion and everything, and it was 5 minutes before they stopped laughing, before they killed the pig. But I came down and went, oh, I pissed myself. Yeah, things like that really do, yeah. But the only time I've actually urinated in fear has been with animals. Uh, Wild pig, um, wild water buffalo, and occasionally a croc. Um, there was a local croc, a very large one, probably pushing 6.5 meters. Um,
Whoa.
and
And
he was,
you need to locally source your croc.
yeah,
That's just environmentally.
but he, for some unknown reason, developed just a hatred of outboard motors and would attack the motors on anything that was only any tinny, dinghy or boat that was his size or larger. You're in a small boat, you're fine. But yeah, having a 6 meter croc clamp onto the outboard and try and remove it. Yeah, we never shot the croc, but we did put a lot of holes in the boat. Yeah, scary shit.
I can imagine.
But
So we don't.
engorging, I think, is or degorging.
Sorry.
I mean, I've only ever seen what a wild pig can do to a dog and a cow. Um, yeah, I don't think you could survive.
Yeah, I can't imagine
I
you
really don't.
would.
Oh, the joyous thing about the flooding in Queensland, just north of us, is because we stopped killing crocodiles back in the 60s, they've spread now, and it's beautiful. The only problem is everywhere that it is flooded in Queensland at the moment, they're spotting crocs. So not only you have the problem of you're being flooded, and you've got to watch out for all the snakes and everything coming up the stairs, you now have to worry about crocodiles in the water. And yeah, so yeah, Australia can basically is everything will hurt you if it can.
Or more like everything's trying to kill you.
Sort of, yeah. I actually, Mac Bella, I don't know whether you were here last week, were you?
I think I missed last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
was
think
it
you were
week?
here.
Week
I
before.
did.
Oh wait, no. That was the New Year's one. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was here. I was thinking of the time
Oh,
before
last week you were here?
We're all going a bit
Okay,
senile.
okay. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, we kind of had multiple ones trying to get Flowjob
Hmm.
on here, and
Oh
so
yeah, I wasn't there for those. I was just in the chat.
But I was
Yeah.
discussing my personal philosophy that I got, and I said, my whole life has been around the philosophy of fuck it. And thinking about it and talking to Crystal over the week, I've decided that no, I had two major philosophies of drives: the fuck it and the fuck that.
That's about right.
You want to go bungee jumping? Fuck that. Abseiling? Fuck that. You want to go hunt pigs with dogs and knives? Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, you only live once.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you get into the sea? Fuck that.
That, especially
got-
around Australia.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so bad when I was a kid, but you still got the box going in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ganges, the stonefish, and there's not just a saltwater stonefish. There's a freshwater stonefish.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Oh no. I
Yeah,
was gonna say, don't you guys also have, what is it? I think it's called the ballfish.
yeah, puffer. Yeah, it's the lionfish. Yeah, we got
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But now you've got crocs that covering. If you look at a map of Australia and look for a town called Mackay, which is where I'm pretty sure Blarg lives. Basically, run a line directly across to West Australia. That's the coverage. All that is now where crocs are.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing them on. They were seeing them on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, south of Brisbane.
Yeah, it's south of Brisbane, our capitals. So I mean, they have come back in a huge way, and they're telling people, "Look, don't go in the floodwaters. Here's what's lurking in." And great little video of a croc that's probably pushing 6 meters again in Cooktown, sliding over the bridge. Oh yes, it's the local croc. We just call him George. But, yeah, you can wake up with a crocodile coming, deciding your veranda is a nice place to have a rest.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so probably a third of Australia is underwater, 1/3's burning, and the other one's in the grip of a heat wave, like 40 degrees centigrade sort of shit.
You
So
guys are fucked over there.
Oh yeah, we
I
were.
So,
mean,
so Craig said really something nice to you, Ook. I don't know if you saw it, but he said, "I really respect Ook on here. Love all you guys, but Ook's no nonsense approach is very much appreciated."
Yeah.
Which is interesting because like I'm the opposite. I'm like complete nonsense. So,
Yep.
I think we kind of balance each other out.
I think we got
and
Plus,
a
I'm a
good.
teddy
Oh
bear.
yeah, I
I'm
got a
just
shit post,
I'm
or
just a
I'm sad.
jester.
It's one or the other.
Oh, what? Yeah, I can't go. I mean, oh, that means I can hit someone now. It's the new year.
You've hit your quota.
No,
Yep,
the crystal lets me one a year, one a year,
one
and
a
I've
year.
missed the last 3 years. I think. I think the last, and she won't let me accumulate them. So I'm allowed to hit one person this year. Got to remember that.
Yeah, maybe you should bank it so you can like hit two people
Wait for
on
it.
the same day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The oh, did you get my email, Q, with the stuff for the suggestions for
yep,
the
I
show?
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I appreciate the people who made the response. And in case, actually, let me just say one thing. So, if any one of you want to be on a distribution list, well, that includes all the other guys here, just send me an email, or put it in the comments, or put it in the live chat if you want to. But what I'll do is then I can include. Well, don't include your emails in the comments. You can send it to the email that I have in the in
Description.
my channel description. In fact, here
Yeah. I've been sort of chatting on a with a rabbi and and a couple of really small atheist content makers, and I think a good idea because we don't really hear a Jewish perspective.
Yeah, I mean, all I do
Um,
is hear Christian, if anything.
Christians and Muslims, and I think it'd be nice to learn a little bit more about the.
wait. Do we have any Muslims?
I don't think we ever
Did we
had
get
one
any
yet that I know of.
Muslims?
The guy who spams all the time.
Yeah,
Just
but I mean, like, we haven't had any Muslims on.
no,
No, no.
Yeah,
no. But
not
the
that we
rabbi
know.
is sort of interested, and the other small atheist communities or on content makers, they voiced uh, interest in coming on and sharing with us how to get more content, how to engage people, and just share information.
Maybe we should all just do our own shows on this channel.
Oh, but yeah, I do. I mean, so I'd like, I'd really like to get a rabbi to come on and just give us a little.
That would be interesting.
Just
Yeah,
this is
like just one thing for like not a rabbi's perspective, but I've heard it was kind of a theory about the slaughter with the Canaanites in the Old Testament, of that not being something that literally happened, but was sort of symbolic of the ancient Israelites abandoning and shunning their old ways, so that instead of them being polytheistic, they're now only going to follow Yahweh from this point forward. And that was their way of distancing themselves from their previous, you know, practices.
yeah,
Yeah.
Proto Hebrew,
Yep.
and it's one of those things. Other small atheist content makers, and there appears to be a quite a good
All
age
right,
spread as well.
I gotta groan at this one. He said would be good to get a Jew on here. as long as we give him his due.
Oh,
Come on now.
Greg, I'm sorry that was lame. Unfortunately,
I don't think John would have worn that. Yes, he would have.
Yeah, he would have. Come on.
Come on now, give me half some credit.
I don't know.
My jokes, though, in that regard, really aren't that strong. They're more Jewish.
Oh,
But yeah, I also think it'd be good if we could grab, say, a Buddhist monk or something.
Well, I mean, literally, just having anyone on would be good. It's just, I mean, all we do is run across basically just cowards who
Insane
don't want
people.
to. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, anyone would be good. So if anyone has any, yep, go and let me know. But I am going to close it out here. I definitely want to thank everyone in the comments, especially Craig with all his jokes. I think he's kind of taken John's crown, at least.
I've allowed him to have.
Okay. And Aaron and Tuna, thanks for being on. Christo, thank you very much for being on as well. So, was that?
If anyone sends me an email, I really thank you for all those people who sent New Year. I'm horrible at checking my emails, so don't be offended if I don't get back to you.
By the way, for everyone who did respond, it seems like everyone was okay with sharing each other's email. So, so I'll basically no longer blind carbon copy people. I'll just copy you in the email so that when you respond, the other people will be in there. So, and I think as I said in the email, anyone who doesn't fill out the form, I'm basically going to assume that you don't want to be in the distribution list, and I don't want to, be your spam. So I'll remove, I think, the few people who didn't respond. So, but yeah, moving forward, everyone would be removed from the blind carbon copy and would just be CC'd. So I think that'll kind of make it convenient, and everyone can talk to each other. And thank you again, Craig. We love having you here as well. And of course, everyone in the panel, especially Machiavelli now being our regular. And by the way, Machiavelli, I just want to let you know that Monkey Boy sends his love.
Of course he does.
You are his favorite, so you are.
It seems.
So.
Mac, you should be, Mac, you're a real prince of a guy.
That one was actually pretty good.
That was.
All right. With that, we will see you next week.
All right, guys. Have a good year.
Yeah, later.
So far.
Fallacies end. Scriptures written in disguise, veiling men in holy lies. Faith without a place to land, truth that crumbles when it's scanned.